My name is Maxwell Jacob Friedman. I am the youngest and fastest rising star in the history of professional wrestling. I am undefeated. I have never been beaten clean in the history of my career. I have never been double-legged. I've been called the sprawl god for that. I was an all-state middle linebacker, an all-state 10 or 2. Very sexy individual. I've been hit up by GQ for most handsome. Told them I'm not interested as of right now. Beaten the right now present-day world champion of All Elite Wrestling, Hangman Adam Page, originally for the AEW Dynamite Diamond Ring.
Okay.
And just all-around salt-of-the-earth guy. All right, Dan.
I mean, you
let's
did it all.
hard-hitting questions, because I'm sick of all these softball questions.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Well, it might be another softball, but Wednesday night is big, and that's what we wanted to start off with. And,
all right,
and obviously, you're. It's safe to say you're looking forward to this. I mean, this is a reaction that you're expecting, maybe different than what you get on a normal week of Dynamite.
That is the understatement of the year, Daniel. The understatement of the year. Let's talk about it. You know, to me, the difference between a villain and a hero is perspective. And when I leave Long Island, people's perspective are skewed, whether it's because they're poor or they're mid or they're ugly or very overbeat or like overweight. It's there's so many things that cloud their judgment because they look at me and they get jealous. But when I'm in Long Island, I'm a hero here, guys. I'm a legend. I have lore. If you walk into a delicatessen or a barber shop, everybody's got a story about MJF. And I'm so excited. The level of my exuberance is at an all-time high. I am finally going to get to wrestle in front of my people, the most magical people in the world that hail from the most magical place in the world, known as Long Island, New York.
And we are looking forward to welcoming you back. I'm just a stone's throw away from the arena. Everybody talking about him coming back, Maxwell Jacob Friedman coming home. You were back here in Queens for Grand Slam Dynamite, but anybody who's from Long Island knows New York City and Long Island are not the same thing.
Not the same thing.
Does this feel like a true homecoming to you? Not only being home, but also the first AEW event at a brand new arena here on Long Island.
I have not wrestled in Long Island since I wrestled for Creative Pro Wrestling in front of maybe 100 people, maybe. And now here I am. We have done such an incredible job selling tickets. I believe we might have 9 already, 9,000. And I'm not sure the venue holds much more than that as far as with our setup goes. I know tickets are still available for this Wednesday. So please, if you are interested, go check that out. But I feel great. Like I said, this is my first true homecoming. And I'm so excited because I'm finally going to get the reaction I deserve. You know, these people, they treat me with such disrespect for such a high level talent, such as myself, someone who has no holes in their game, somebody who's the best in the world in the ring and on the microphone. And all of these Long Islanders, they understand that. And I'm just excited because much like myself, these Long Islanders, they're humble. We are attractive. We have great sports teams. And I cannot say enough positive things. I really can't.
I can't disagree with any of that, Dan.
Well, I'm not disagreeing either. It seems like this is a little bit of Bret Hart in Canada vibes, no?
Absolutely. Bret Hart in Canada, Piper in Portland, Flair in the Carolinas. Again, the difference between a hero and a villain is perspective. And I am so excited to be perceived the way that I feel I should have always been. And, you know, I hope CM Punk gets booed. I hope he gets booed out of my arena. UBS, the house that MJF built. He's going to get booed out of my arena. And it's going to be so, so sweet. I cannot wait.
This event and this show, you're not just showing up, you're competing. We got the third Dynamite Diamond Battle Royal.
Yep.
This is your event. You've won the first, you've gone through, won the first 2. You
are
the Dynamite Diamond Ring. This is yours. This is your event.
It's my show.
A more perfect event to compete in on your return to your arena.
The fact that it fell into the cards, like the fact that it just happened like this, you can feel the magic in the air, Dan and Kurt. You can feel it. It's palpable. I can taste it. It's on the tip of my tongue. I couldn't have asked for a better matchup in my hometown. I'm going to be able to single-handedly defeat 11 other competitors, and then I will move on to a singles match the following week to then become a 3-time Dynamite Diamond Ring champion. There's only a handful of professional athletes who can claim to have won the big kahuna 3 years in a row. I'm going to now be amongst people like Michael Jordan, which to me, it fits. It fits. So,
let's talk a little bit about CM Punk and kind of how your upbringing. I mean, you said he's a guy that you've idolized growing up.
Very true.
And how do we get here? How do we get here where, last week you guys are, millions are watching you guys verbally joust, as you put it?
Yep. I'll tell you. I put my hand out as a sign of respect. And what did he do? He snubbed me. He left the ring. He snubbed me. I put my hand. How many times have you seen MJF put his hand out to shake somebody's hand?
That was it.
In the history of my career.
That was it.
Mean it.
Right.
Never. Yeah. That was a first. It was a first. I had no ill will towards the man. Now I'm hot. Now you've messed up. Because what you don't seem to understand is I'm the better version of you, CM Punk. I am the smarter version. And to top it off, I'm the younger version, right? At 25, CM Punk was incredible. One of the best in the world. But he wasn't at my level at 25. And he knows that. He knows that deep down. I think he's fully aware he messed up. And now he's saying he wants to fight. Screw that, man. I am the only guy who's gotten CM Punk to feel like the CM Punk of old ever since his return. When we were in that ring talking back and forth, we created magic. He should be thanking me. Instead, he wants to fight me. No, you want to fight me? Prove that you deserve a match against MJF. Beat some real competition. Beat some of the people I've beaten. Beat the Cody Rhodes. Beat the Chris Jerichos of the world. Beat the Hangman Adam Pages of the world. And then we'll talk.
But you say is there a little CM Punk in MJF? Or maybe, 10 years, 20 years ago, CM Punk in MJF?
There is in the sense, I will give CM Punk this. There's a little of CM Punk in me in the sense that if you grow up watching somebody on a weekly basis, you can't help but pick up some of their traits. Mm-hmm. Whether that's your parents, your family, your friends, you are what you're surrounded by. And no shame in my game, I sat down every single Monday and every single Friday, and I watched CM Punk at his best when he was the best in the world. So I'm not going to sit here and pretend that didn't rub off on me a little bit. But what I will say is this. I took everything about CM Punk that made him great, and I made it even better. And I'm doing it in my own way. Just like I did the same stuff with Roddy Piper. Take a little sprinkle of that. Little Buddy Landell, right? Little Don Morocco, right? Little Jesse the Body Ventura. Put it in a pot, make a gumbo. You get a little bit of MJF. But I put my own spice, my own flair of things. And I think that's why when I come through that curtain, I'm one of the last of a dying breed. And so is Punk. I'll give him that because we're not faking anything. We're this all the time. This is us. This isn't a gimmick, This isn't shtick. I'm MJF. He's CM Punk 24/7. It's just that MJF happens to be better than CM Punk 24/7, and he knows it.
MJF, you've been one of the top guys in the company from day one. When you see people coming in now to the company like a CM Punk, like a Daniel Bryan, like an Adam Cole from other companies and are getting spotlighted and getting highlighted, is there a new guy versus old guys mentality? I don't mean to say old guys in that sense, just old guys, people who have been there from the beginning versus people there now.
I get it. You didn't mean to say old guy. No. So here's the deal, right, Kurt? A lot of people in my age range got very job scared when these guys came in. Not me. And let's discuss why. Statistics are statistics. If you want to take the time out of your day, whomever is watching this, and Google who draws on a minute-for-minute basis on average the most amount of people in all professional wrestling, I am very high up there on that list. Higher than some of the people you named, in fact. And that's something that a lot of people don't want to come to terms with because I've only been on the scene on a national television program for 2 years. And I have taken the world by storm. So no, I'm not worried. Darby Allin's not worried. Jungle Boy's not worried. Sammy Guevara's not worried. We're pillars of this promotion. That's why I stated that. That's why I talked about the pillars. I put in the forefront. I don't like any of the three guys I just mentioned. Matter of fact, I go as far to say I hate their guts, but I can't take away from the fact that we are the four pillars. We are the men who are AEW originals, who have been on the programming since day one, and are some of the biggest draws in all of professional wrestling. Am I a bigger draw than the other three guys? Yeah, go Google it. I just talked about the stats earlier. But those other three guys are a wildly integral part to not just the present, but the future of our industry.
MJF, I wanted to talk about your amazing "Me and My Shadow" with Chris Jericho.
Of course you do, Dan.
That's
okay.
way back in history. But you showcased much more than just your wrestling ability, even much more than your mic ability in that little I don't know what's presentation. I don't want to use the word skit because I feel like that's almost downplaying it. It was much better
heresy.
than that.
That's a disgusting word to use.
Yeah, presentation, a motion picture almost. But where does is there a dancing background? I mean, what led up to that? How did we get there?
There is literally, and I say this with the utmost conviction and honesty, there is nothing I can't do. In that aspect, I'm very much so like a Mr. Perfect. There is literally, I have never been given a task, a sport, a hobby, anything. I can do it all. Even the most random, obscure stuff, I can do it better than anybody else. So when I knew me and Chris Jericho were going to be sitting down at a dinner table, I just couldn't help but think to myself, what if me and you broke out to song and dance right now? What would happen, right? And we did it, and it was magical. And I went down as one of 2020's best performances of the year. It was me and that hot redheaded chick from that chess show on Netflix. I can't remember her name, but if you're single, hit me up. And that's huge. No other wrestler in the history of the business and sport has ever been in the New York Times best performer list ever. This is a huge list. It's been around for a very, very, very long time. And it's something I take great pride in. And Jericho obviously wasn't in it because I'm much better than him at literally everything. And they only talked about me and referred to me. So unsurprisingly, yes, it was incredible. And of course it was incredible. I was in it. And I'll give Chris a little bit of credit. Fozzy, they do okay.
That was your idea.
What?
That was your idea.
If it's good, it's my idea. If it's bad, it wasn't my idea.
Okay. It was,
you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
See, fair enough. So now I'll ask this because we're talking about being successful and being a top guy in this company. The one thing that you haven't done yet, you fought once for it, but you haven't gotten the AEW world title yet. Is it only a matter of time?
It's only a matter of time. Let's talk about it. How did I win the beautiful Dynamite Diamond Ring? It was by defeating Hangman Adam Page, something a lot of people forget. And the reason they forget it is because they harbor it deep within their subconscious. They don't want to think about it. It upsets them, right? If Tony Khan gives me the opportunity at that world title, it's over. It's over. It's endgame. And I think Tony Khan knows that. And I think that's why it's so crooked. And that's why I'm not in the top 5, even though I'm undefeated and I've beaten some of the biggest names in our industry and our sport. Because Tony Khan, he likes to see the fans. They show up to, yay, Hangman. Yay. We love you, Hangman. And that's great. And I think we're riding on that high. We're riding on that wave. If Hangman Adam Page still has that world title after Bryan Danielson gets his shot, I can assure you that world title will be around the waist of MJF. It's that simple.
Guaranteed.
Is it important to you though? I mean,
of course, it's the most decorated, the most important. It is a world title that has not been around for a very long time. However, it has been held by the greats of our industry and the best of the best. If you're holding that championship, you are the best wrestler in the world, Point blank, period.
Anything I had.
No, you know what? I do want to go back to one thing because we were just
Yeah.
talking about the return. We were talking earlier about your return this week coming back. And I think you should get the hero's welcome that you deserve when you return back to UBS. But if you don't get the reaction that you're expecting at UBS, what is going to happen? What's going to happen if the fans don't welcome you back as the hero that they should?
I'm not worried about it. And look, I love these people so much. If they want to boo, they can boo. That is how much I care about my Long Islanders, my Long Island, my home. This is where I was born and raised. I couldn't have wished up a better childhood. I couldn't have wished up a better place to be born and raised from. But if people feel inclined to boo, that's okay. You do what you want to do. Should you feel bad inside while you do it? Absolutely.
Will the family be there?
So I do believe the parents have bought tickets.
They don't have any connections to get them maybe not bought. Maybe
I don't
free?
like them. I don't like them. They've gotten enough freebies and free rides for me along the way. They get to go to a steakhouse and get fed a free meal simply because they birthed a legend. They've gotten enough out of me. You know, I'm kind of sick of
one more night, big night.
No, if they get in, it's because they bought a ticket.
Okay.
Just like you should if you're watching this interview right now, this Wednesday, UBS Arena. Get your tickets now. Limited available. Get them while they're hot.
What's next after CM Punk? Is there like a list that you have? I mean, obviously the title and all that
World
stuff.
title.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be the world champion. And to be perfectly frank, CM Punk's like whatever. Like I verbally assassinated him 2 weeks in a row now. He has no leg to stand on. I think Punk knows he needs me more than I need him. So right now, I'm still focused on the same thing I was focused on previously, and that's becoming the AEW world champion. If Punk wants to keep chasing after me, you know, it's his prerogative. Do I think I would beat him in a match? Absolutely. Do I think he deserves a match against me at this juncture? Absolutely not.
So, I mean, since you introduced it, you might as well wrap us up. So you'll do it better than me.
Talk them into the building
Yeah.
as only you can.
All right, here we go. UBS Arena, December 8th, this Wednesday. Get your tickets now. Get them while they're hot so you can see your hometown hero, the prodigal son, the king of Long Island, return back home, the ultimate homecoming. Be there or be square because my name is Maxwell Jacob Friedman, and I'm better than you, and you know it.